And I just went through an experience where we needed one and we didn't have one. So I'm going to be ordering this myself. The old way to take your temperature by putting the thing under your tongue is just, it's outdated. It's not as sanitary. It just feels like a hassle. It feels like the old way. This is the new way. And what I love about it is you don't have to actually touch the skin. You are doing it immediately and accurately, able to hold it against babies, people that don't want their temperature taken by invading their bodies, and temperature of anything by just pressing a button. It'll turn green if it is under, in a good temperature that you should be, at healthy temperature, and red if it's an unhealthy temperature. So not only are you going to get that true reading in the moment, but you'll also know by light whether there's something to be concerned about or not. So as I quickly just take my temperature, I can tell you my temperature is 98 degrees. So it's written on there, but also I can see that I'm normal, and it turned green right away. So that's as simple as it is. This set though is really cool because it comes with an oximeter, which is one of those other items that every house in America needs. And sometimes you don't know you need it until it's too late and a doctor is telling you, you need to be keeping up with your pulse at home and know a little bit more about your heart function than you do. You're getting both of these items for $51.67 on clearance. There's no reorder. Go get this while we still have it in stock. $17 and change on Easy Pay. Emily Scott is going to break it all down, but I mean, a clearance price on something I know everybody needs. It seems like every house in America needs this right now.
I know. And you know what? So difficult to find right now, too. And it's more important than ever to know your numbers. Numbers are knowledge, and that is power. So what we have is a 2-device system to give you your numbers at home. This is the thermometer. It is contact-free, touch-free. It's also infrared, which means it's going to be clinically accurate. All you do is pull the trigger, hold it right between your eyebrows, and in 2 seconds you get your reading. Now mine is 98.2, but you see the green screen. Green means you're good to go. If that screen turns yellow, it means you're a little bit elevated. Or if it turns red, it means you have a fever, probably want to call your doctor. It also stores the last 50 readings. So Courtney, you don't have to write anything down. You don't have to remember it. It's all in the digital memory of the device.
Yeah, and same thing for the oximeter. And Emily, I think this is one of those things that a lot of households won't have. And then recently, like I had a family member go through a heart scare, and the first thing the doctor wanted to know was, are you keeping up with your numbers at home? And now I'm going to need you to. And then you have to go out there and you're looking for an oximeter. Like, get it before someone tells you, and keep up with this stuff on your own. Because to your point, knowledge is power, and your heart is something so important to be aware of what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. This device has been used by the medical profession for decades, but we don't have it in our homes. It is so important. We breathe in, our lungs take the oxygen, and it circulates it through the body to your liver, to your heart, to your brain. And it is critically important that that blood oxygen level stays between 95 and 100. Too low is not good. Too high is not good. But now you have the information, you can tell your doctor what it is. It also reads your pulse as well. It's called an oximeter, and a lot of times the cool people call it like a pulse ox, but that's exactly what it is. So all you do is put your finger in any of these 3 fingers, and it'll begin to read. And as long as you're between 95 and 100, you know you're good to go. So the 2 devices from HoMedics, this is a time in our lives that this is the new normal. We want you to know your numbers. It is important to support your own wellness. It should never be last on your list. Your wellness and your well-being should always be a priority. And now you can make them that. You can know what your numbers are.
And get it before you think you need it, but I think we all know how much we need it. And you don't have to go and sanitize, and who knows how to even do that. And I've looked at those thermometers and been like, what do I do with this now? Do I wash it or soak in water? Like, how long for? Do I douse it with alcohol? Like, I don't know.
And then put it in your mouth. Soap and alcohol, not a good idea. And by the way, this is an old one. This is the one I used to use. Has a poisonous material in it. This way, without touching anyone. So don't wake the sleeping baby. I wish I had this when my kids were little.
Yeah.
You've got 50 memories, and you can also change
no fussy, like so upset.
Listen, You yourself are going in timeout if you wake the sleeping baby. That's what I always say. That
Yeah.
nobody wants to do that. But you can also use this to take surface temperature for the baby's bath water, the baby's formulas. But taking our temperature is something we all need to know for schools, for our places of work. HoMedics supports that. Look at that screen. Did you see how that turned red? That means you have a fever. That's how easy it is to use.
Also, just like other things, gauging bottles and bathtubs and knowing
Mhm.
temperature of other things. So, I mean, it's not just for us when we feel ourselves when we don't feel so great, but it's for those functional everyday needs as well. Get the good kind, the kind that I like that you were talking about how you can know this is accurate as well. Because I know with some of the older ones, I've used them and looked at them sometimes and thought, how do I even know this is legitimate right now?
I totally, especially when you don't feel well. This is infrared technology. These are not all made the same. I went out not too long ago to upgrade my thermometer. Courtney, I couldn't find one. Literally sold out of everywhere. And the oximeter is a device used by the medical professionals. A lot of times when you go to the doctor, they put this on. I never knew what it was. Now I know. But a lot of homes don't have this. It's really important information.
Yeah, it is. Thank you so much for bringing it to the show, Emily. I'm so glad it's on clearance now, so everyone can grab it, make good choices for themselves and their health before it's gone. It's V38022. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy
Courtney.
New Year. Want to let you know we don't have time for a full presentation, but